is going on, VeVe gang? Welcome back to the channel, All Things Strange. It's your man, Dr. Strange. We're back in action. So I'm asking, are we stacking or slacking? You know, I gotta question it. You see what's on the screen right now. Werewolf by Night. Man, Marvel Spotlight number 2. And we gotta dig in. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see what is going on. Yes, we're gonna hop back over here onto VeVe's Twitter. Happy Halloween to everyone. You know what I'm saying? And we got a drop that's pretty appropriate for the holiday. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna head on over to the medium real quick, get some further information, because we already know, as you saw on the screen there, this is a super limited drop. So I guess that means what, 10K, right? You know, so we're gonna dig in, get some background info, take a look at the covers. We're basically getting the first appearance of Werewolf by Night. Jack Russell is heir to a strange lycanthropic curse, whereupon he becomes the werewolf by night. This release features VeVe exclusive rare and ultra rare covers by Alex Saviuk and Rachel Rosenberg. So if you guys know, personally, I'm familiar with Alex's artwork from the VeVe app, and it's definitely my style. You know what I mean? It's he likes to keep things true to the original and then bring like a new feel to it, but not even like too new age. Like a good example would be like Night Nurse. If you look at the original Night Nurse and then look at our rare and ultra rares, you'll see what I mean. It's like pretty much stay true to the original covers. I don't know if that's the case with this, but we're gonna find out. So as we know, yeah, total editions 10,000. List price, of course, $6.99. It's going to be dropping tomorrow, October 31st on Halloween. This was published in 1972. We're getting 6,000 commons, 2,250 uncommons, 1,000 rares, 500 ultra rares, and 250 secret rares. So you know how we do it. Let's dive in. Let's analyze some covers. We're going to start right here with the common, the classic cover. Man, I am a sucker for Bronze Age books. I always tell you guys that. Something about, you know, the artwork, the color schemes. It's just so nostalgic. I just feel like the further we go along in time, you know, and the more things change, the more that people will actually look at these things like, man, you know, time capsules, snapshots in time, you know, all of those good things, man. So let's dive in, man. You know, the story is dope. You know, I don't know if you saw the TV series. It was definitely a good watch, in my opinion. Here we are. We got the uncommon. So basically we have black and white, you know, as usual, with a little bit of color saturation. And I think it's kind of different from what we usually get, you know, not totally different, of course, but you know, with him changing here from human into werewolf, it's kind of interesting how he has, you know, it's still the main character, Jack Russell, but he has no color. Soon as he starts changing, it's like they give him the hands, but not the face. You know what I'm saying? Here, he got the hands, a little bit of the face. Here, now he's a werewolf, you know, so I think that's kind of fly, man. I like that, you know, but yeah, the storyline with this is dope. You know, we'll chop it up about that in a minute. Let's take a look here at the rare, though. The rare by Alex Saviuk. Yeah, you see what I mean? It has, like, if somebody told you this was drawn in the 80s, you wouldn't even argue. You'd be like, nah, really? You know, like, I just like it, man. I like it a lot. You know, the spotlight coming down, definitely dope. Let's take a look at the ultra rare full color saturation. Got the city in the background. Yeah, this is like, honestly, this is a rendition of one of the pages from the book. This is pretty much like when he first turns. and he's away from the city when he does that. So kind of interesting that they pulled that. And again, I believe this part right here is from that instance as well. So this is the secret rare, and I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I rock with it, yo. I rock with it. It definitely has like a vintage feel to it, you know? Like, that's clean, man. I wonder if one day they're gonna actually make these in physical print, man. That would be kind of interesting to have, you know, these as real books. So, yeah, we're gonna hop on over to Key Collector and see if we can get some more info. You know, I don't think they would have variant covers to show us over there, anything like that. But they do sometimes have some nice little jewels and nuggets, you know, about the book, you know. Again, you know, from what I remember reading his origin, Jack Russell, basically him, I'm not sure what the deal is with his pops, but I know his mom is remarried. They live somewhere else in the city. And his last name, Russell, is from his new stepfather. So that's not his original last name. And basically the stepfather is a little, you know, flippant with the tongue, you know what I'm saying, here and there. So Jack doesn't really like him too much. But they're chilling, you know what I'm saying? And on his 18th birthday, they have a party or something like that. And he dips out from the party. And I guess it's like a full moon, and he ends up turning. And there was like some driver that his mom had that was beefing with. And I think he ended up going after the driver, and the driver ended up being like a good fighter. You know, imagine like you're fighting a werewolf, and the guy didn't even know he was fighting a werewolf at first, and they were like fighting, and he was actually getting at the werewolf, but then eventually, yeah, that didn't work out too well for him. But it's definitely an ill story. I don't want to tell too much, you know, but it has a plot twist at the end that's like, wow. And I think that's what's dope about some of the first appearances we get within these Marvel Spotlights, Strange Tales, is that they're almost meant to just be stories. You know, at the time, they didn't know if these were going to be ongoing characters or not, you know what I mean? So they were just like telling a very good foundational story that if they did continue, you know, they had a good start with, you know. And I think you guys will enjoy it as a read, you know. So check it out, man. But we gotta do some investigating, because besides reading, we got some investing to do, or not. And that's what I gotta figure out, is how much am I gonna invest in this, you know what I'm saying? I could tell you, you know, based on what we saw in the beginning on Go Collect, 12,500. I mean, we grabbing books off the app, you know what I'm saying, first appearances. I mean, this is something I think that we're gonna want to partake in. So without further delay, let's hop on over to Key Collector. All right, y'all, so real quick, here we are on Key Collector Comics. We can see here, as far as some raws go, I believe that's what they're referring to. Maybe not, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to tell here, because, you know, when you see the high of 1.4K, that reminds me of what we saw on Go Collect. So I think this might actually be some type of snapshots of recent sales, you know. And so basically it's letting us know we got a low of 140, a mid of 490, and a high of 1.4K. Of course, first appearance, origin of Werewolf by Night. The artist is Neil Adams. The writer is Jerry Conway. And this was published in February 1972. So let's hop on over to eBay, you know, and see what is popping off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on eBay, checking out Marvel Spotlight number 2. And now we have come to one of the main things that I like to do here in deciding whether I'm going to stack a slack on a book is see what the real world values are, but there's still obviously a lot more we got to take into consideration, man. Number one, Werewolf by Night, the movie did just drop. That's great. Not the movie full length or anything, but we got a, featurette, whatever you want to call it. Disney Plus is doing extremely well. I know that there are future plans still for not only Werewolf, but other characters in the Midnight Sun. So, I'm just keeping in mind that there's certain characters that I feel that are going to be kind of like one and done until we see them again in like a big movie like Secret Invasion, Secret Wars, who knows what else, where they'll just have like cameos. But a lot of these shows, I think they're just being used as like good first appearance foundational movies or TV shows for the characters, but these characters may not necessarily get like continued burn, necessarily. But Werewolf, I do see having a place. Ghost Rider, I see having a place. Blade, all of those Midnight Suns characters. Doktastrange is always a good bridging tool for that to happen. So, yeah, I think that no matter what we see here, this thing has even more upside. So, like I always like to do, I like to hit sort. And I'm going to just go right for the juggler. I'm going to hit highest price. And out the gate, that's dope. We're not here for that. So somebody's selling one here, a 9.4 for $48.50. A 9.2, $3,799. Somebody else is selling a 9.2 for $2,694. Another one, which is only at 8.5, and they want $2,500 for that. Another one here, a 9.0 for $24. So that's the general range. Once we talking a 9.6, like we saw before, on that Go Collect, that's where you talking big boy numbers. You know what I'm saying? They wanted $12K, or that was the last sale price was $12K, 12 and a half. So, do with that as you will. You know what I'm saying? I think that, between the potential upside of the character itself, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward, I think that this would be a book that I'm going to be stacking on. Now, my only question is, am I going to try and stack this on the drop or in the aftermarket? To be honest, I think that this is the type of secret rare cover that will do better in the market than the average ones that we get, like especially any modern age books that we get. I feel like those secret rares end up being priced around $50, which is not bad, don't get me wrong. Especially for a $6.99 investment. At the same time though, what I'm noticing is if it's like an 80s book and actually a good key or grail book, those secret rares land like over 100, sometimes around 180, 170. And I'm seeing a lot of these bronze age ones do the same. I don't think they really are hitting too much higher than that, maybe in like 212, and then they drop down a little, but when we have drops where it's not only a classic key / grail as far as the common, but then we got these ultra rare and rare VeVe exclusive covers, by the Marvel artists, limited editions. And then you got the potential to hit one of these secret rares. Like for me, I really like gambling on it to be real with you. Now, like I said, this is why, like, if you notice, when I do these videos and it comes to the more modern books, I tend to shy away from wanting it to go in during a drop or on a drop. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, they're not as highly sought after in the real world. You know what I'm saying? At least not yet. So if I do want to go for them, I have a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really too worried about the threat of post-drop these books being out of my range or anything. But I know that Secret Rare is going to be out of my range. You know what I mean? That much I can guarantee. And it's a book that I wouldn't mind having. And I really wouldn't mind having an ultra rare too. You know what I'm saying? I would say the only one I'm not really too impressed with like that would be the uncommon. You know? But like, I wouldn't go out and buy it. You know, it's just not my flavor. But if I landed it, you know, so be it. You know, I'll probably sell it. Might keep it depending on the mint. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to have to stack on this one, man. I really am. I'm going to have to do it. I think this is a banger. And I think it has a lot of upside. It really does. And because of that, we got to stack this one, man. But let me know what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? You stacking or you slacking on this, man? Let me know. Let me know. Another thing, you know, VeVe is coming in hot and heavy with these comic book drops. I don't know what's going on, but we're getting another one, so you guys are going to hear from me soon. We're going to deep dive into this next comic drop. So, yeah. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, hit your boy with a thumbs up, like, and it's all good. And yeah, man, I definitely want to know what you guys want to do, man. What do you think about this comic? Have you seen the Marvel series? Let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? The Marvel movie. Let me know. But yo, for now, all things strange is out.